Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny B Investing MBI, and I wanted to take a deeper look at the Minswap program, or the Minswap platform, which is a decentralized exchange on the Cardano blockchain that has not launched yet. The special thing with Minswap is it appears that so far in their planning, in the items that they have launched, seem to follow the mantra of the Cardano blockchain: fairness, decentralization, the little guy. So this is a very interesting decentralized exchange, because they kind of waited and watched to see what would happen with Sunday Swap, and they have planned things that would allow them to avoid the missteps that Sunday made. So another, like, a big question that even myself has had, and a lot of others, are, outside of where can you buy Min, what is the deal with the two tokens? Why is there two tokens? Why is there a Min and why is there a Mint? There are two tokens. So the reason why they did the Min and Mint was, it's kind of clever, honestly, but a bit confusing. So what they want is, they want to drive users to use the platform, and not only use the platform, but provide liquidity. Because if you have people providing liquidity in a fair way, in a way that benefits the small guy, you will drive better pricing for the tokens and coins that are on the exchange. So the more money that is backing these swapping pools, or these pools, these liquidity pairs, or liquidity swapping pairs, liquidity pools, the better, more efficient the price will be. So you won't have these, mismatched prices like you see with a lot of assets, where if you go on CoinGecko and you look at an asset and you look at the pricing on different exchanges, there's all kinds of different prices. That is because liquidity is not efficient, so you don't get standardized pricing across the board. They look to help solve that issue, or at least drive their prices to the most efficient way using liquidity. So they made the Mint token in order to encourage people to not just swap on the platform, but to actually provide liquidity, which might be scary, intimidating to a lot of people. So this actually it's an interesting way that they're going about things. So let's take a look. The bigger question is going to be, what the heck is a Mint token? I heard that you can turn a Mint into a Min token. How do you do that? What's the deal? So they made a blog post on December 15th of last year. And they said, 2 days ago, we announced that you can now claim your Mint tokens. I waited and claimed my Min and Mint at the same time, like 2 days ago. So I have all my stuff right now. And then I bought some on Sunday Swap, just to test out Sunday Swap. I figured I'm going to be all in on Minswap and Maladex. So I might as well get started early, right? Thus far, more than 1,100 users have claimed their Mint tokens, and we are happy to have gotten a very good feedback on the claim system. As a reminder, these are some important dates to bear in mind. And these are the important dates. January 10th, Min tokens can be claimed on mainnet. So that this date's passed. So if you haven't claimed, make sure you go and do that. From February 24th to March 11th, all FISO participants with unclaimed Mint tokens will be able to claim both Mint and Min in one transaction. So what they did was, they said, if you participated in the FISO and you put in your ADA and staked it, what you would get back is you would get 80% of your rewards in the Mint token and 20% of your rewards in the Min token. That was to encourage people to not take the airdrop and run, but to get your tokens and then actually use them, because that's the goal. The goal is to not do what the retail traders do, right? You buy your token on Robinhood and you let them keep custody, and you go on with your life, and you hope and pray that the token goes up, and at that point you sell it and take the money and walk away. They don't want you to do that. They want you to be a part of the community. They want you to bank. They want you to be a part of the ecosystem. They want you to use your tokens on their platform and take fees so you can make passive income. That's what they want you to do. And to encourage you to do that, they gave you 80% of your rewards in a token that you can only swap or convert to the Min token if you actually stake it in a pool, invest it for a number of days. So February 24th to March 11th, you can claim all of your stuff in one transaction. That's what I did a couple of days ago. Actually, I did it on like the 25th, I think. March 11th, the last day to claim. So make sure if you participated in the stake pools that you get your tokens by March 11th. Now Q2 2022 is when they're expecting to launch this. We're still in quarter one. Quarter two starts March 31st, I believe, or at least that's when quarter one ends. So maybe another month you've got before they are expected to launch the yield farms. So while the original idea was to have those mint tokens convert to Min tokens through liquidity provision on the Min ADA pair exclusively, after close inspection and following a proposal on our forum that had an overwhelming support from the community, 98% of the votes in favor, this will no longer be the mechanism. Instead, you will be able to convert your Mint tokens and use them to boost yield farming rewards. So you will be able to convert the Mint tokens and use them to boost yield farming rewards by providing liquidity to a wider array of pairs and not just Min and Min and ADA. So that's good because ADA is down big. So if you're doing any pairs with ADA, you are going to get hit with impermanent loss hard unless the markets continue to drop. If they rebound, which a lot of people believe that they're going to do, people do not see ADA sitting at below $1. So it's going to be a bad deal if you are going to provide liquidity to a pool and you're going to use ADA, because ADA more than likely is going to go back up to, $1.50, $2, $2.50, $3. So if it's rising in price, you're going to lose those tokens and you're going to get the other token. You're going to miss out on a lot of gains. So impermanent loss is in play when the markets are down. And to have a healthy DEX that incentivizes many different trading pairs. So me personally, when I saw this, I said, I don't want to provide liquidity for a new product using ADA. I want to keep my ADA and stake it. So I'm glad that they went with this method, and hopefully the pools are going to be good. Like maybe it's some, exotic Cardano stuff. Maybe it's like a Giro Min or Min Paribus, Min Sunday, Min Mobile Token, things like that, where you stand to see a rise in token price for both, or a fall. So where you won't be upset, where you won't want to lose out on the main token ADA. You don't want to risk your ADA tokens. You don't want to do that. At least I don't. Hopefully you don't either. But I think the big read right here is the proposal on the forum. Let's take a look. So they talk about why they made the change. When redeeming Min to Mint, instead of giving users yield farm boosting on an ADA Min pool exclusively, we give users yield farm boosts on any pair, possibly even in different weights. Nice. So they're considering maybe not just 50-50 pools. So what if you had a pool where you could do, let's say, for example, Sunday swap and Min, but it wasn't 50-50. It was 75 Min, 25 Sunday. So you wouldn't have to invest a lot into a token that you may not have. We know we're going to have a bunch of min tokens, right? So let's utilize those min tokens. The price discovery is still low. There's a chance that it's going to rise. So being able to get, a pair or get in a pool or a pair that people are looking to buy, that might not be 50-50, could be a good thing. So that's pretty cool. So different weights on there. So this is all good news. The background, the min token, tokens are the token that will be airdropped to the community. They already airdropped. I got mine to incentivize and reward liquidity provisions on the Minswap DEX, as described in the FISO FAQ sections, to convert the mint to min, the governance token of the DEX, with commercial value. So they're saying mint doesn't have any value. I mean, mint does have value because it exists, but the min will be the governance token. Mint will exist for a year before it's kaput. So you want to get your mint converted to min. One has to provide an amount of min and ADA in a 50-50 weighing to a min ADA pool. Then a min X ADA LP token will be minted and locked for 45 days. The X indicates a multiplier for yield farming rewards on top of the normal min. Interesting. So you get a multiplier LP token. After 45-day lockup, the amount of ADA in min you can withdraw gradually increases. So it vests for 45 days. You can't touch it. It locks it for 45 days. And then after that 45 days, then it'll start to unlock for a linear vesting period, after which you can withdraw 100% of your ADA. So 45 days plus 45 days is 90 days. So after 90 days, you can take everything, or you can take it as it goes. The LPs that convert their mint tokens will have one of the biggest boosts on yield farming rewards of min tokens ever. Currently, there are 100 million mint distributed throughout the FISO airdrop and 5 million mint distributed through incentivized testnet airdrops. Okay. Representing 2.1% of the total min supply. Mint has a 1-to-1 conversion rate to min. So that's interesting to know. Mint is 1-to-1. Mint will turn directly into min after you go through this process. The motivation: having a gigantic liquidity pool for min ADA pair on launch wouldn't be the best scenario for the Minswap protocol, as other pairs would lack the necessary liquidity and thus be inefficient. So basically, people believed, after reconsidering, the project believed that if everybody was providing mint to an ADA min pair, it would be kind of lame, because people would eventually hit their limit on how much min they wanted to buy, and then it wouldn't be any good. You wouldn't really get any rewards. You would lose money. So they said enabling the conversion of the mint token in additional pools would prevent selling pressure. So people would start to dump the mint because they're like, well, man, people aren't buying mint anymore. Just like Sunday. Sunday hit a high of like $1, or not $1, but 1 point. It was like one something. It was over 1 ADA for a Sunday swap token. And if you look at the price of Sunday right now, it's down to about half an ADA. That's because there's only so many people that wanted to buy it. And after that happened, the selling pressure kicks in and people start to sell and sell and sell and sell, which drives the price down. So they understood, again, like I said, they're looking at Sunday and they're watching and seeing what happens, and they're playing the game accordingly, which is why I like Minswap. So the enabling the conversion of the mint token in additional pools would prevent that. The solution: in a previous option, when redeeming min tokens, one deposits mint and ADA tokens in a min ADA pool, at which point they convert to min tokens. And then after a lockup period of 90 days, they can be fully redeemed. In the second option, or boosted yield farming, A user would first provide liquidity in a DEX with their tokens, for instance, in a liquid, an ADA, or liquid and meld, or any XY pool, hence obtaining a normal LP token. Then, by staking this LP token plus their mint tokens to yield farm pools, liquidity providers can redeem MIN. Two things will happen. The LP tokens corresponding to the mint token that are aimed to be redeemed will be locked for 90 days and yield additional MIN rewards. So you get a boost if you do this. The ratio between LP tokens and mint tokens will be configured for each pool. So they're going to customize this. We don't know what it's going to be yet. Mint tokens will be burned in the same amount of MIN tokens are minted with 90-day vesting period. For illustration, the process would be a user provides a liquidity pair to the DEX, for instance, MIN and Ergo, ADA and Ergo, or Ergo and Meld. Users get an LP token. The user locks these LP tokens along with the mint tokens in a farm. After 90 days, the LP tokens, the earned MIN from providing it and converted MIN, can be redeemed. So you would get your tokens plus the yield farming rewards and MIN for providing that, and then you would get all of your mint tokens would convert to MIN, and you would get those too. So this basically has the same effect as the previous mechanism. Converted MIN tokens from mint will be locked for 90 days, and users receive yield farming boosts for 90 days on their locked LP tokens. However, by having the option to utilize their mint tokens, locking their liquidity on pools different from the ADA min one, users will reduce their exposure to impermanent loss, like we talked about, which in this particular pool would be relatively significant. Yes, ADA's down. Mint is only going to be so popular for so long. The price will begin to fall. They'll start balancing out. They'll take your ADA to give you more MIN, and then when it's all done, you'll have like very few ADA and you'll have a bunch of MIN that's not worth a bunch. So to prevent that from happening, they've made this change. Moreover, as the changes pertain to the smart contract of the mint token, it would not delay the launch of the DEX while giving users extra incentive to provide liquidity. In addition, boosted yield farming users generate more yield, not only from the mint to MIN conversion, but also from the locked LP token generating MIN tokens. So that's cool. So you get double rewards, essentially. You get a multiplier, and you get the MIN from the yield, and you get the MIN from the MIN converted. The downside is the MIN ADA pool will have less liquidity to trade, but increased adoption will drive Minswap valuation and compensate for this. So they're sacrificing having great prices on the ADA token or liquidity for the ADA pool to give people that staked or to delegate it into their pools early additional opportunity to make even more money. So even if you don't understand what I'm talking about whatsoever, that is fine. But the main driver here is to understand, one, how your mint token is converted to MIN, and two, display the ability and willingness of Minswap as a project to understand the pulse of the community, the markets, and what other projects are doing right and doing wrong, and making sure that they don't fall into those same pitfalls. That alone makes me really bullish on this project and this token's future success. Thank you again for checking me out. Hit that like, hit that share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.